Hello there, my name is Jessica. Today we're going to be talking about assistive technologies in the classrooms to help students learn. Technology is advancing every day. People of all ages are using technology. So why don't we incorporate technologies into the classroom to help assist learning? This leads to my inquiry question, which is, how are assistive technologies benefiting students with learning disabilities? Throughout my history and experiences, this question is important to me because I feel as though every student has the right to learn and express him or herself, so why not use technology to help learning? In order to answer my inquiry question, I need to find some background information. So, I went online and found many articles that were written by scholars and researchers. All the research literature I found agreed that assistive technologies help students with learning disabilities. Overall, the articles I found give different perspectives and insight on what assistive technologies is and how it can assist and benefit students with various challenges. This background information is important to understand because it is the foundation level in order to understand and conduct further research on this topic. The next part is the research context. Now, you may ask, where did I conduct my study? I conducted my study in Calgary, Alberta, and gathered my data at Mount Royal University, in the library at school, and in my education classroom. The participants in my research study were a mixture of different people with their age ranges. People at MRU, such as my professors in the education program and fellow MRU students, participated in my study. I also interviewed an expert on this topic. Privacy is very important in my study. I made it very clear to my participants that they would be anonymous. I completed a certificate on research ethics. This way I can survey people who are the age of 18 or over. All my research was conducted in a safe and public environment where the participants feel safe to participate. Methods of investigation. A variety of methods were used to collect data for my research manuscript. I conducted a multiple choice survey using Google Forms, asking questions about assistive technologies. I've also used my own notes and observations for my school placement. I interviewed an expert on this topic as well. I have organized and analyzed my data into a group of charts and graphs that show the results from my survey using Google spreadsheets. I organized my graphs and charts by the most relevant to the least relevant results. I wanted to make sure my answers were easy to read and understand, which is why I chose pie charts and graphs. 11 people responded to my survey. The key themes of my findings were that every participant used technology with his or her learning and had a basic understanding on how to use technology. This information tells us a lot about the society that we live in. Technology is advancing and almost every person uses technology every day. For example, in my findings, every person said that technologies assist his or her learning to some extent. If you look at the pie charts, you see that 73% of the participants believe that technology is helping students with learning disabilities. Another key theme is that 100% of the participants believe that assistive technologies will not give students with learning challenges an unfair advantage over other students in the classroom. This is really important with the progression of assistive technologies in the classroom. Talking with my expert was another key finding. She agreed that education and classrooms are shifting towards using assistive technologies. She strongly believes that using assistive technologies really benefits students with learning challenges in the classroom. Overall, every person uses technologies and is familiar with it in some way. There are so many different digital technologies out there. If technologies can help students learn with or without a learning disability, teachers should be making the shift in their classroom so that each student can be the best student and the best person that he or she can be. In conclusion, this study has taught me a lot about the different views teachers and my peers have on the use of assistive technologies for disabled students. This study has also shaped myself as a future educator. I've always been curious if assistive technology is a positive or negative when it comes to helping students with learning disabilities. It's a positive. I'm curious if there will be a cheaper way to access assistive technologies in the classrooms so that all schools can have the same outcomes and positive results for each student with or without a learning disability. As a future educator, I will incorporate assistive technologies so that each student can reach his or her full potential. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day.
created using Powtoon.